Runners Arena, and welcome into the Super Metroid Randomizer Weekly Varia race. We are just about to get things going here as the countdown has commenced, and we are getting things rolling right off the bat here. I'm Ferran Burgundy. I'll be bringing the action here to you, at least as best I can, as we have our featured runners here of Chrono, Farfaloo, Bulkier Sphinx, and DMC Sparta. All of them making their way down to our first check, which will be the Morph Ball check. And a couple of our runners able to utilize the Moonfall, better them than I, and that is an amazing Among Us type sprite on Chrono's side. Alright, so down the elevator we go. We've got the Morph Ball in its vanilla location, because otherwise we wouldn't be able to do a whole heck of a lot. We're gonna have a little divergence right off the bat here, as Farfaloo gonna go up to the ceiling and get an energy tank. Meanwhile, we have super missiles over on over in the construction zone there. And now the paths will converge here, as we have power bombs set up the missile spot just to the right. And it looks like we're going to head to the blue Brinstar power bombs. That's a set of missiles, and here comes some more divergence as DMC going to head on up and take a look at our Billy Mays location. And absolutely, our restreamer here, WJG, I'm glad to provide assistance here, as literally 10 minutes ago I gave the okay here. It looks like we have we have a lot of divergence here. We have a missile down in Old Mother Brain, and I completely missed what was in Billy Mays because we had Farfaloo already over in Big Pink here. But we'll catch up as we go along here, so it doesn't look like there was anything necessarily major. As we have an energy tank in the Wavegate spot. So Farfaloo looks to be providing the most of the divergence here, is now picking up a power bomb in the Big Pink top missile before heading on back. And we have bombs in their vanilla spots, so we're going to get a little Bomb Chorizo action here. Couple of supers quickly takes care of that, as we now have Farfaloo heading over into the Edacoon's location here for a trifecta of checks. And there's oh, well, goodness. We barely had the thing up for a minute, and we've got Gravity Suit. Super quick, what can you say? And there's an energy tank at the Terminator location. Looks like we're not going to bother with a check above here. Looks like we've got a super, and let's see what other goodies there are here. Got some regular missiles in the back of reserve. A pair of them, in fact. And the grapple beam. And Chrono's going to give us an early look here into the gauntlet. Meanwhile, we have some 230 power bombs. And, we've got a bit of a grabber issue here. At least as far as early suit progress, it looks like Edekun's is the way to go with the gravity suit. As the early supers above the location there, that looks to be vanilla. Sparta now going to be fighting the bomb Chorizo, and let's take a look here. Oh, we've got Spazer at the front part of the gauntlet. I believe if I saw this correctly, this is a major-minor shuffle. So all of the items, the major items in E-tanks will be mixed amongst one another, and the missiles, super missiles, power bombs, etc., those will be shuffled amongst that grouping. With minimal resources, Chrono able to get to the back of Gauntlet. We'll take a look momentarily at what is there. We have a missile and a super missile. Now we're going to double back, at least amongst our various runners, and catch up on what I may have missed along the way here. There's the Spazer for Sparta. Power bombs at the Big Pink, and then an E-tank at Vanilla Charge. And Farfalu going to give us a look at the moat, which is some missiles. And easily crosses over. Doesn't seem to be bothering with the lake missile check. Okay, mermaid missile. I'm gonna go right into wrecked ship. I guess with it being major minor, there are going to be a lot of those ancillary locations that are going to be skipped. Time to look up what that... I'm sorry, I was just utilizing my broadcasting degree. Alright, here we go. We've got a pair of boss... Oh, that's right, the bosses are shuffled around as well. Okay, I was wondering, I was like, wait a minute, where's Fantoon? We don't get the Kraid quick kill, but that's right, it's a boss randomizer as well. So the wrecked ship boss is, in this case, Kraid. And that garners an E-tank. Meanwhile, we have a check over on Bulkier Sphinx's side. Gonna go look for Vanilla X-Ray's location to see what major item is there. And it's a reserve tank. Reserve tanks do save lives, but I have a feeling that wasn't exactly what Bulkier Sphinx was looking for, as Farfalu does go back and get spooky missiles along the way here, which are spooky supers. And because Fantoon hasn't been defeated, that means that the wrecked ship is still not powered up. Little interesting dynamic regarding that. And now we're going to see the Mermaid Missile check on the way out, and it's some supers, which he does opt to pick up. And meanwhile, we have some supers up at the PB location. Yeah, it does open Frog Room by Kraid, so there is that. Alright, we've got a Spazer check here on Sphinx's side. And that's an E-Tank. And Farfalu gonna drop down, check that X-ray location. We know that's a reserve tank. Take a peek here, and the missile is Vanilla in the warehouse spot. And Sphinx gonna save here because of the boss randomizer. We don't know what this necessarily could be. Although I think Ridley would probably be the least desirable of the bosses, with no Varia suit. And probably not enough resources to take out Ridley. And it's Dragon. Possible, but Sphinx decides to nope out of it with a little reset. I can't say that I blame him. I mean, it's also possible that I could run a 10K later today, but I wouldn't bet on it. Alright, we have an E-Tank in the Frog Room. So that's Vanilla. And now Sphinx gonna head on down here and give us a look into Upper Norfair, at least what little bits of it we can get. And just an E-tank at the high jump boots location. So from all accounts here, it looks like in order to get some sort of progression, it's time to get soaking wet and go into Meridia. Now, Farfalu's going to go ahead and give Dragon a go here. As Sphinx, meanwhile, going into another part of Upper Norfair here, heading toward Ice Beam. Now, this is something that is not considered in logic. And yeah, grapple certainly makes that a lot easier, and there is an E-tank, a nice little reset along the way there. And Sphinx decides to nope out of it with a reset. And meanwhile, behind Dragon, we have the Charge Beam. Yep, get out your bugles and trumpets. Charge. It's about the best we've got. There's no baseball for a little while, so that's really the only other time you hear something like that. But that's an editorial you can hear on my stream, completely uncensored. Chrono, meanwhile, is working on Kraid. As Sparta gonna go ahead and give Dragon a go as well. And Farfalu looks like is gonna be the first into Meridia. Sparta takes down Dragon. And we're going to take a look here on Farfalu's side into Mama Turtle. And there's a reserve tank, which is going to be picked up. And some power bombs. So far, this feels like a paraphrase of Marvin the Martian here. Where's the progression? Perhaps here in the aqueduct. But that would require the sand pits, and Farfalu realizing, oh yeah, I have no speed booster and no ice beam, so I can't quite go that way. And we've got a guess here from WJG of left sandpit Varia. Well, we will certainly see, as left sandpit looks to be where Farfalu's heading to. Yeah, that's a bit of a dicey venture. Wow, you called it, you got it. So there you go, Varia. Varia in the left sand pit. Message me later, we'll talk about tonight's Powerball numbers. And going for Plasma Room. Or just straight to Dragon. And that indeed looks to be the case. Well, yeah, Dragon's location. We know that it's going to be either Fantoon or Ridley. So Sparta finding out that the Hell Run isn't quite the way to go. And Chrono about to get the news of the Dragon fight at Kraid's location. Let's see here. The precious missiles are just that. And it's Ridley. Going with some power bomb strats to start. Wow, Fantoon's all the way at Ridley, so whatever treats there might be in the wrecked ship, we're probably not going to see. Unless, I don't believe the logic will require anything. I don't know all the possible scenarios. They do have bombs, so I believe there is up logic to get down that far. Meanwhile, behind Ridley, we have an E-Tank. Yeah, 23 minutes in, only one boss remaining. I was going to say that we know about, but yeah, in Farfalu's case, yeah, there's just the one boss left, as he's already taken out 3. So now we've got to look over here at Speed Booster, and that's an energy tank. Meanwhile, Bulkier Sphinx is having some struggles through my least favorite room in the game. And just past Batwoon, I did miss that. That was ice. Very ice to see that. And a pair of super missiles up in Aqueduct. I'm guessing that was a snail clip. I blinked trying to look at all 4 screens and look at the replay on the stream and totally missed it, but I think that's the only way that it could be that way. And don't tell MM2, but Spring Ball has been found. Yep, Wave with Sprang Ball. Oh, I know. I just I know that MM2 NES cartridge is one of the more outspoken individuals against the Spring Ball item. And we have supers in the cathedral. Sparta, I guess, trying to go up to Norfair Reserve and does so here. And Plasma. And for a minute, I thought that Sparta was resetting out of there, and I went, wait, oh, I see. Oh, tried to do the Crystal Flash. Could not, though, and has to take the death. We got some information out of it. Meanwhile, Barfaloo looking to... Yeah, it was a bit risky going in there to begin with, that is for sure. If you don't have the Varia suit, it's a little bit challenging. And given that you're not intended to go this way, it's not part of the logic to do what's known as hell runs like this. It's a bit challenging, but thankfully the save wasn't too terribly far away. It looks like Sparta's going to give it another go here. Meanwhile, Farfaloo was able to utilize the jump and is now in Lower Norfair. So the Mount Everest Supers are vanilla. There's the reserve being emptied here as Farfaloo's in the worst room in the game. And there's the Crystal Flash on Sparta's side. And now just a couple of hops, skips, and jumps over to Plasma Beam. That's a nice offensive upgrade. And some power bombs as well. And here's what I was worrying about with the up logic, having to infinite bomb jump in the worst room in the game. I'm pretty sure even the top runners will say just because you can do it doesn't mean that you want to. But Farfaloo makes it look easy. Well, okay, Beamer, you may want to. I sure as heck don't. Now we have Sparta going for a croc battle here. No, all four found Grav. Yeah, I think one of the trackers, the individual's trackers, is kind of one of these things is not like the other in Sparta's case here, and we have high jump boots beyond Croc. Yeah, Farfaloo the only one to have found Varia thus far. Varia was in left sand pit reserve. It was definitely out of somewhere. That is for sure. So Farfaloo gonna, looks like, do some farming up here, and then is going to take on our last boss, Fantoon. Thanks now over to Mama Turtle. And we'll see the reserve tank and power bomb over that way. And down goes Fantoon. And I had to double back to check, but it looks like the Grapple Beam's vanilla location was an E-Tank. Reem, thank you for the subscription. 22 months here to Speedrunners Arena. No worries. I signed on to commentate it about 7 minutes before it was going to start, so... I figured you meant 1 p.m. because if it was 1 a.m. to race, that's some dedication there. We have the E-Tank there in the Firefly Funhouse. And Bulkier is about to get the Varia suit and does. And Redemption, thank you for the 27-month sub here to Speedrunners Arena. So I know there are some other runners who are not featured on stream here, but this looks like Farfaloo's race to lose at this point. Cornetto is also in Lower Norfair, but still has the Meridia and Rex ship bosses to do. Okay. Yeah, so with the boss shuffle in this case here, it looks as though... Okay, so it looks like Dragon and Kraid were switched, and Fantoon and Ridley were switched. No, strike that. Reverse it. I didn't think it was... As I'm saying it, I'm going, wait, no, it was a lot more complex than that. Kraid had Dragon. Fantoon... Fantoon was Kraid, Ridley was Dragon, Ridley... Wait, you said... See? Now you got me confused with it here. 1 plus 1 plus 2 plus 1. Plus... The Rex ship boss was Ridley. I don't know why you had Ridley twice. To confuse me, that's what it was. Wait, the Rex ship boss was... So I'm used to having the items, I'm not used to having a separate spot for boss shuffle. Okay, so they were all four kind of rotated or shuffled around here. Okay, so Kraid was Kraid's area was Dragon, Fantoon's area was Kraid, Dragon's area was Ridley, and Ridley's area was Fantoon. And now that we figured that out, oh, look at that. GG, the race is... Oh, no, that's... Although just about, as Farfaloo working on heading through Meridia to head toward our last area here, just gets on with that grappling beam. So, good news, Chrono's on the Ridley fight. Not quite so good news, Chrono doesn't have the Varia suit. And also didn't have any... Well, I don't think that crystal flashing in the middle of a boss fight is necessarily something that's feasible, plausible, or even doable. So that's an unfortunate setback for Chrono. Farfaloo, meanwhile, is saving at the ship. Yes, I'm pretty sure that he did. Yep, save completed. So I'll go back and look. Can't tell you how many races that I've seen where somebody skips out on saving to try to save a second or two and end up taking a death and lose minutes upon minutes here, as Chrono unfortunately taking another death here to Ridley and seems to be pot committed with it here. Here we go with some quick strikes onto the Metroids here. Third time looks to be the charm here for Chrono. Oh no! At least as far as taking out the boss, but again, time being of the essence there. I just saw Ridley go down, didn't realize how little energy was left, and was just, oh goodness. There's the energy and missile recharge as Sphinx now working on Crocomire. Yeah, I jumped in almost at the last minute. It's about 7 minutes before the start time. I had some last-second plans that canceled out and was able to hop on in here. And I do appreciate you joining us here at Speedrunners Arena for this, well, here at least in my locale, Saturday afternoon Varia Weekly Randomizer. And again, time is of the essence here for Chrono and doesn't quite have the energy to make it last. And this is an interesting strat here, using some of the special beams. Not enough supers, so going with power bombs instead. Now that definitely makes sense. And now just the charge and ice beam left here. And a lot of those, what are known in the field as ketchup beams, apparently. And here comes the damaging down. All that's left for Farfalu is the cutscene and the escape as Chrono's struggles with Ridley continue. And we do have a first place finish off stream. Azur taking first overall with a race time official of 47:08. Looks like Farfel will be a couple of minutes behind that. This one looks to be going a lot more smoothly, and there's the energy tank refill, and Chrono can finally move on here from Ridley. And down goes the head of Mother Brain. And here comes the 3-minute escape timer. Just like in GoldenEye. Taking the long path around because no speed booster. It's probably in plasma or something like that. Charges on through. Now here's the series of wall jumps. As Sphinx takes care of Dragon. Sparta now working on Phantoon. Yeah, having charge and plasma will certainly help with that. And there is the escape done for Farfaloo, and that is going to be second place overall, an official race time of 51:44. I think just that early find of Varia suit just allowed so much more to be able to be opened up and accessible, and that just allowed for pretty smooth sailing across the way. And speak of, there is the Varia suit on Chrono's side. Sparta looking to get out of lower north there. Now we get a little look at the statistics of everything here. Kind of a super missile heavy distribution. Oh, that's right. Wreck Ship was a very short endeavor. So bomb was vanilla. We saw where gravity suit was. Oh wow, Wave Beam was at Shack Tool. Okay. Strike that, reverse it. Spring Ball was at Wave Beam, and wave was at the screw attack location. Okay. Yeah, I don't think anybody was going after gold chorizo in this one. Sphinx now working on some precise jumping here to just, I think it's close to a pixel or frame perfect jump, and there it is. I'd almost rather try that than having to do infinite bomb jumping, but that's just me. Yeah, I can go ahead and get some short interviews in. People want to come on into the to the old booth here. And if they don't, then I'm not offended. This never I'm glad to know that I'm the exception to never. We are by Farfaloo. Overall, hey.
Hi, thanks. That was a nice seed. I had a bit of trouble in low warfare in like low ice settings, but at least I managed to get out without dying.
Yeah, I think the just looking at the 4 streams that were on here, the big issue, you were able to go into the sand pit pretty early, and getting Varia suit opened up a lot of different things that our other runners were not quite as fortunate with.
Yeah, the idea was since I had killed Dragon, I know in Boss Rando you can, well, when Dragon is dead, you can let him skip and go use the way I use with the for that fight, and then go the other side, which would be normally the exit. So yeah, the idea was to check the major item in the sand pit and then kill that boss in Meridia. I wanted to know that before, because if Ridley was there, I could actually skip Varia, because it makes slower warfare hell run a lot easier when Ridley is not there. So that was the idea, but well, I found Varia, so it was even better.
And it looks like we have a forfeit from Bulkier Sphinx. Hopefully it was just an IRL issue, as there didn't look to be anything too out of sorts necessarily.
But yeah, the stream is off already.
Oh, yeah, that could very well be some sort of a real-life interruption, I guess, for lack of a better term. So something tells me, yeah, something tells me that Sphinx was going to decline an interview, and that is exactly what had occurred. But no worries. Hopefully everything is okay otherwise. But yeah, looking by comparison on stream, Chrono had a bit of struggles taking on Ridley without having the Varia suit, taking probably a good 5 or 6 deaths before finally taking it out.
Yeah, and I see they got some beams. That would have helped in Thorium.
Yeah, the plasma beam ended up being in Norfair Reserve. Looks like I think a couple of the runners actually ended up doing hell runs to pick up that plasma in Norfair Reserve.
Yeah, I'm not sure it was in Logic though. That's why I wait until the very last to go in Norfair, because in casual Logic, I'm not used to that. I don't do those often, but uh, I think Elrond are not in Logic, so I waited. That's why. But yeah, it could have been definitely if I knew it was there, it would have worked the detour.
Yeah, I think well, I guess we'll find out once if and when they get in here. I guess their mindset for going that way. I guess probably as I could certainly understand if I don't have to go into the sand pit, I'd rather not. So maybe they just figured that was a slightly better alternative or lesser of the two evils.
Am I the only one who did the route?
Yes, yeah. Or as far as going to going around to get the sand pit area.
Yeah, because at that point when when you have two busts down, Ridley still out there, no Varia. Uh, I don't know. To me, it was just the right call not to go in Lorfair yet. It could have paid because still it could have been at I Jump Boot area, but yeah, if they all went down Red Tower and Red Ship was still open, uh, I can see why you can want to run and hope pushing Red Ship to the very last.
Yeah, I believe if I'm looking here at my notes, I think high jump boots was just an E tank. The boots actually, I know at least one runner, Sparta got to them. The boots themselves were at Croc's E tank location.
Yeah, I saw some things like that in the credit. The movement was not very accessible in that seed.
Yeah, though, you know that the movement items aren't exactly available when you're doing infinite bomb jump in worst room in the game.
Yeah, that one, oh man, that it's been a while since I've done low ice because every time I got the wall jump to go on the pirate in the worst room in the game, they were too low. And when they were high enough, I could not manage to wall jump on them. So yeah, I just got sick of this and killed them and bomb jump. Same in the Fire Fleas room. I think that's probably where I lost most of my time in the game. Um, Not enough to take first place though, but yeah, that's something I should work more in the future.
Yeah, I mean, I almost wonder if there was just a supreme ideal routing for Asder. I mean, to finish almost 5 minutes. I mean, you had a pretty fast run, and to finish 5 minutes faster than that, uh, had to borderline on perfection.
Yeah, well, of course I don't know which way he went, but I know he's at low ice. My PB is something like 103, and I think he's like 10 minutes faster than me. So if he was in the low percent ice setup in Lower Norfray, I'm pretty sure that's why he beat me by so much.
Well, still, if that low ice percent is yeah, and he is says Beamer in chat here.
Okay.
Well, we'll leave that banter for another time, I suppose. Here, but yeah, congrats, great finish, fantastic showcasing here, and okay, it just took like 3 minutes. Okay, that well, every little bit seems to be magnified given how fast some of these times are. That's why I'm here in the commentators booth, because if I tried one of these, I'd probably just be finishing my first boss right about now.
Well, thanks for the comms. Farron. I was not aware there was any comms on the restream, so pretty nice. I will definitely watch it back, and yeah, see you around.
Yeah, most certainly. I ended up hopping on just at the last moment, maybe about 7 minutes before the race started.
Oh, that's
So it
why.
was it was a surprise to everybody.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you so much. And as we're taking a look here, Sparta working on what looks to be taking advantage of the stand-up here to kind of do some preliminary damage rather than just kind of sitting and waiting for the refill here. And there's the E-Tank in the funhouse for Chrono. And should only be just a handful of shots here now. Yep, cut things probably by a third at this point. Meanwhile, it looks like we have a third place finisher overall, Thornetto, taking third place with an official race time of 1 hour, 6 minutes, and 51 seconds. Meanwhile, Sparta is on the escape. Chrono just trying to get every little bit to help there, as it looks like the resources are a little on the slim side at 45 and 45 for the respective missiles and super missiles. And having a little bit of trouble with those key hunters, but is able to get around them. Yep, no speed booster, so you can't just single jump your way up to the top. Gotta do a bunch of wall jumps, which are less than fun, especially with all those little explosions along the way there. And one last little jump here, and that is going to do it for Sparta, who is going to take fourth place overall, second amongst our featured streamers, with an official race time of 68 minutes and 29 seconds. So we'll see if Sparta wants to come in for an interview. In the meanwhile, the eyes are on Chrono here, who looks to be working on wrapping things up. Has taken out the 4 bosses and is now just trying to make that climb up and out. And head on over to Torian for that showdown with Mother Brain. Alright, so Sparta will be joining us shortly for an interview. Say for a moment it looked like those credits were rolling at TV time speed. Where they go really fast to make up for the extra commercial or two that was added for TV time for movies. So up the elevator from Brinstar to Criteria. And yep, and taking a look, so a lot of those fun treats were in fact at Rex ship. X-ray for the potential microwave, space jump, screw attack. We're all up there in the Rex ship, which none of the runners are going to be going to. At least it's highly unlikely. Meanwhile, we do have a finish off stream. Zero Mendez has taken 5th place overall with an official race time of 72 minutes and 20 seconds. Now, there are 9 racers overall. We have 5 finishers and 1 forfeit. So Chrono among the groups still running here. We also have Kupo and Jaruzelki still with their races in progress here. Oh, Jaruzelki's stream seems down, though. Okay, well, that could certainly be problematic. So we have the baby cutscene going on for Chrono. And DMC Sparta show, I was going to say, should be joining us momentarily, but has been brought into the broadcast booth here.
Hey, hello.
And I was going to say, is unmuted, or is now unmuted, so congratulations and GG. Heck of a run for you. 4th place overall. Not too shabby.
Yeah, after I don't know how everybody else played, but after that weird route, doing a lot of hell runs on open repair, I was not expecting to finish in 4th. In my head, I was in the around the last places in the race.
Well, I mean, looking at it, I mean, some of the I guess quicker runners kind of found workarounds to get to the sand pits to get that Varia suit sooner, and that certainly opened things up.
Yeah, I think the right choice after killing Dragon was going to Maridia. My initial plan was just to check ice and high jump boots, then go to Maridia. But then, since I found a bunch of E-tanks, I decided to do the hell runs. I think that was a big mistake on my part. And also I played really bad. Died in open fair. I was missing a lot of tricks and jumps. So I could do a better race. Even doing the same route that I did today. But overall, it was fun.
Yeah, I mean, were there or can there be some executional hiccups? Yeah, occasionally, but still, it was it was still solid, and I mean, there were definitely some various challenges. As we see Chrono here working on phase 1 of Mother Brain. Chrono had the you mentioned Hell Runs. Chrono didn't exactly have that to work with, but had attempted Ridley without Varia suit. Oh goodness, I think it was something like 6 times. Uh, just not quite having enough energy. I think probably killed Ridley 3 times, but as Ridley was going through the death animation, Chrono just ran out of energy, and it was kind of a draw in a sense. Both boss and player going down.
Yeah. When I went to Maridia, I was in my head. I was going to do this Crystal Flash clip to get to Watum and then reach Dragon, or in this case Ridley. And I was expecting if it was Ridley, I think I had enough health and supers to do a quick fight and not die. Then after I get Varia and was about to do the loop around to reach Batum, I remembered that Dragon was already dead. So I could just take the tube and reach Dragon from the back alley. I think it was the first time that I did that. So after that, I could just go to Lorna Fair, kill the boss there, and then Wrecked Ship. So I think I gained some time not doing checks in Wrecked Ship earlier in the game, and the same in Lorna Fair. I was in go mode, having 3 bosses to kill, so that sped things up for me a little.
Yeah, that will certainly do it. It's unfortunate that there wasn't any access to, or at least any any comfortable access to the rest of Wrecked Ship, as that's where a lot of the goodies that would have made the rest of the seed at least a little easier were. Space Jump was in Wrecked Ship, as was Screw Attack. But you had theoretically to do that, you would have had to have gone all the way down to Lower Norfair, taken out Fantoon, and then gone all the way back up to Wrecked Ship. It just, for a race scenario, wasn't feasible.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah. Going to Wrecked Ship early is not guaranteed to be a good play because you need to count on Phantom being there for you. Yeah, I'm not used to playing boss randomizers, so this situations is not something that I think while I'm racing. So yeah, if my idea was to go to Wrecked Ship, but I decided to do Grade and Upper North Fair at the last minute. And I was not even aware of that situation. If I went to Wrecked Ship and just killed Grade, there's nothing there for me to get. So yeah, in the end, it was the right call. People found Speed Booster. I just think the trackers on the 4 people that are racing didn't see the item.
Oh no! From what I saw in the credits, Speed Booster was at Shack Tool, so I don't think anybody went that far out of the way.
Okay, yeah. After I think yeah, Varia was on the right sand pit. If there was nothing there, I was going to check Shack Tool, but with Varia there was no need to check anything else.
Yeah, it's entirely possible somebody off stream might have gotten it, but from the ones that we saw on stream here, nobody had gotten Speed Booster, and the only reason I knew was from looking at the credits on Farfaloo's and your screens.
Yeah, makes sense.
And our restreamer WJG noting Kupo Might seems to have just about everything. Health-wise, that is. A lot less ammo, though. So just a lot of darting forward to various major checks, it sounds like.
Yeah, another thing that helped me a little was finding charge in the Upper North Fair Reserve. So after that, I didn't have to worry about ammo. I was comfortable. Then I forgot where, but yeah, after Botuni tank. Then finding ice there was put me in a really comfortable situation. The only problem was to cross the entire map into to Learner Fair, then go back up to Wrecked Ship again. But yeah, it was a good run.
Looks like it's noted that that Upper Norfair Reserve had the plasma beam.
Yeah.
Charge was after Dragon.
Oh yeah, you're right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
I forget if it was you or Chrono or maybe even both, but I think there was at least a death between the two of you trying to get that plasma.
yeah, I died.
That's
I
right.
paused. I paused the game right when the reserves kick in, so I lost a lot of health until the screen came back. So
Oh, just that
I was,
second decision, and
yeah, I was
Chrono
able
is
to do
saving the animals.
ooh,
Okay.
yeah, I was able to do the crystal flash, but I died. Yes.
Yeah, second time was the charm on that, so Chrono having a little bit of fun here, but I don't think that's going to affect the placing at all. And it is not. So, Chrono is going to take 6th place overall and 3rd amongst our featured streamers with an official race time of 1 hour, 22 minutes, and 53 seconds.
Here, thanks for the interview, and
Most certainly. Thank you so much for joining us here, and good job on the race today, and certainly look forward to the next one.
thank you. Thanks everybody for watching, and thanks for the also WJG for the tracking and you for the comms. Thank you. See ya.
Certainly. So yeah, we'll see if Chrono wants to give us some words, and if not, then we'll take a little bit of a pause as we've got another race coming up in about an hour and a half. It's going to be Hard Logic Major Minor, and it's going to be a multi-world, and that will be featured coming up at 5:30 p.m. Eastern. Again, just a little over an hour and a half from now. And then tomorrow, it looks like there's a double feature as well. The weekly ladder race, that'll be tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern. And then the Any Percent Staggered Mayhem Showcase, that will be tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern. And Chrono is going to attempt to join us here once the credits have completed. And we have the link up on the screen for the schedule, standings, and race archives of the various Super Metroid randomizers that are going on here. The weekly ladder race, that is a SMRAT race, the Super Metroid Randomizer accessible tournament flags. And those occur every Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern. Little Sunday morning coming down to take from the song title of the late great Johnny Cash. Never would have thought you would have gotten that kind of music reference here. So 2 runners still to finish. Take another look here at the credits. Seeing where things were. We saw Spring Ball at Wavebeam. Yeah, Speed Booster all the way at Shack Tool. X-Ray and Wreck Ship. Base Jump in Gravity Suit's location in the Wreck Ship. Yeah, that just... oof. Alright, once we conclude this interview, we will be sending the raid over to Kupo, as I'm being told here. Alright, so it looks like we have Chrono in the green room here.
Hey.
And now from the green room to the commentator booth. GG.
Thank you. Yeah, glad to finish that one out.
Yeah, there were certainly some challenges. Probably to sum it up in 2 words, hecking Ridley.
Yeah, I feel like I killed him every time, but I just wasn't able to get the grab in time. And then the only other thing I really didn't, I thought I could go to backdoor from the wreck ship to Meridia, but I forgot you can't do that. You have to go the other way around. But other than that, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was pretty good overall. The I guess challenge being I was gonna say, you eventually did get to the Varia suit in the left sand pit, but that's kind of one of those places you'd rather not go if you don't have to, at least in my experiences.
Yeah, I figured that was the last major I could get to in logic, but I wanted to just get it on the way out, so that's how it ended up.
Yeah, and it was just one of those, now you give that to me right after I go through all this. I could only imagine the reaction upon seeing that.
Yeah, the other thing that I wish, I don't know if anyone went up, but when I killed Kraid at the beginning, if something had been in his locker room or whatever, that would have been nice, but it was just an E-Tank.
Yeah, there was some definite head scratching of, all right, where's the progression here? Where's the next thing that we've got to do or go? And yeah, the left sand pit looked to be it, but there was certainly a lot of other things that were seen along the way as well. A couple of people had gone down to Croc and ended up getting, I think, the high jump boots from down there.
Yeah, I didn't get any movement, except bombs, which was my only way through worst room of the game.
Yeah, that was. I think Sparta ended up utilizing the high jump boots to be able to kind of jump through, but that was basically and essentially it. I know there was some spring ball techniques that was over at Wavebeam.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of the good stuff, unfortunately, was way out of the way in wrecked ship, which would have meant having to go all the way down through Lower Norfair to beat Fantoon, and then go all the way from Lower Norfair up to wrecked ship, where you had space jump and screw attack and other things to make the seed easier, but not necessarily progression.
Yeah. Yep. Well, that's pretty much all I have on the seed. thanks for comms and
Oh,
everything.
most certainly. Chrono, thank you so much for joining us. GG on the 6th place overall and 3rd here amongst our featured runners. And we thank you for joining us, and good luck in the future races coming up here.
Thanks. Yep. See you later.
Thank you for that, and that's going to just about do it for us here at Speedrunners Arena for the moment. But don't forget, coming up in just under an hour and a half from now, we have our Hard Logic Major Minor Multi-World coming up. That is at 5:30 p.m. Eastern, and then we have a pair of races coming tomorrow. That's going to do it for me. Thank you to WJG999, our restreamer, kind of putting everything together, as well as one of the moderators here at Speedrunners Arena. And for everybody else in the Speedrunner Arena community, I'm Ferran Burgundy saying until next time, stay classy, my friends, stay safe, and see you next mission. So long, everyone.